What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you are new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the title, you see the thumbnail. Um, Ben Simmons has a bad performance, followed by Jordi Fernandez calling him out, and it was bad compared to his 15-something points in the previous game there. But listen, the Miami Heat aren't stupid, man. You're talking about Eric Spoelstra is a championship coach, and he ain't gonna let Ben do what Ben do. All right, but let's get into the actual the story over here, the article, I guess. And Jordi Fernandez calls him out, and we're gonna get into the game too between the Miami Heat and King Ribby. What's good? What's good, man? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. So over here, let me see if it's showing up here. Okay, here we go. It says Jordi Fernandez was frank while assessing Simmons' performance after the game. We need him to be better. 10 assists, 6 turnovers. I mean, maybe a couple less turnovers. I like his aggressiveness. I like how he pushed the ball. 15 points, 10 assists. But I also want him to rebound. But this is not good for Ben Simmons, though, because, I think I was on the Locker Room show and I was talking about Anthony Davis, right? And I was saying, like, with AD, you have to actually push his buttons to really kind of get him to really kind of like go hard. If Jordi Fernandez has to do this with Ben Simmons, then that's not really that's not a good thing right there, man. But then again, like I said, I want to give him some games and coming back from that injury, we'll see. I'm gonna give it, like I said, 25 games. Let's give it like 35 games and then see. But listen, Jordi Fernandez, hey, we ain't supposed to be really winning that many games, dude. I mean, you're talking over here like you want to go for a championship, man. The goal over here, the objectivity is to actually try to lose as many games as possible and try to get one of these draft picks. But although that's not guaranteed, right? So I understand what Jordy's actually going for, like what he's actually doing, right? So you just got to kind of let the cards fall where they actually may be. And we're going to get into the whole tanking thing actually later in terms of actually really tearing this team down, right? And seeing that if you can actually get a draft pick, it's only one player. Last time I checked, basketball is a team sport, right? So Ace Bailey, right? Or Cooper Flag, or Dylan Harper, let's say if you don't get any of those guys, or even the following year, you get like an AJ DeBonster, right? It's one player. You need a team. And look at the Washington Wizards, the Detroit Pistons, the San Antonio Spurs. These guys has been bad for years, man. So we're gonna talk about this whole tanking thing in about, I guess, 10 minutes. All right, let's get back into this though. So another big chance for Simmons to come. Oh, hold on. Where was I? I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Ben is not going to have a good game, and especially with the turnovers. Running the point guard position is really, really hard. It's not an easy thing, especially when when you're working with players like Nick Claxton, who's so offensively limited. You got to really kind of put him in the best positions to really kind of thrive. I mean, not really an easy thing to do. If he was like he had more layers to his game, it would be easier to run the point guard. But not with this team, man. It's not like you have like stars on this team that you're actually playing with over here, man. So I'm gonna look at Ben Simmons' performance over here. So the Nets coach wants him to be aggressive. So let's see how Ben Simmons actually responded today. Let's get to this box scores. This is showing up over here. Okay. Where was it? All right, 4 points. Ooh, wow. 2 free throws. I did have 9 assists and only took 2 field goal attempts, man. What the hell is this over here, man? This is not good, man. And you figure come on, Ben. You got to be way better than this, man. You got to be way better than this. Now, granted, like Noah Clowney really had, 19 points. That's good. Cameron Johnson had like 19. Keon Johnson was actually surprisingly efficient, 6 out of 12 from the field. So not bad from him. He was a +2. His defense was actually pretty decent, but they lost by 15 something points. And Ben was the starting point guard over here. So let's see who was the point guard on the other side. And I believe that that's Tyler Hero they had running the offense. He had 17 points compared to Ben Simmons' 2 points, right? And they actually won the game, So Ben Simmons really has to win this matchup right here, man. I mean, if you're Ben Simmons, you're 6'11, 240 something pounds. How much does Tyler Hero actually weigh? 195 pounds. At times, you're gonna have to just forget like the point guard position, right? You gotta salivate, man. You gotta really, really look to be aggressive every single possession, put pressure on the defense, man. Get to the free throw line. I mean, look, he had what was he like 2 free throw attempts at 240 pounds. They. Oh my gosh, man. He has to be way, way, way better than this over here, man. Way better than this. So Noah over here is saying, I told you, BK, about Ben. He's not worth the 40 million. Better yet, a stack. He's a wait. Hold on, I'm sorry. He's not a consistent player. He gives you 10 points every two. No. I mean, he had back to back, like triple. Like the last 3 games was pretty decent. This one was bad though, man. So he actually has to really kind of win this matchup over here. But then again, we do, like I don't want. In one sense, I don't want Ben really doing that well because I want them to win. I want lose so many games. I don't want them winning a lot of games because, I mean, this roster. If you go into the playoff series, man, I mean, they're gonna lose in the first round. They're gonna get blown out. They're gonna just like get swept, and it really doesn't make any sense. So but like we're gonna look at the other players over here. Matter of fact, let's get into the game grades over here. And surprisingly, they gave Nick Claxton a B-. How? I mean, he's 7 points over here. He didn't get to his season average. I mean, he averages about 11.5 points a game. And he got to the free throw line at least, 5 times. That's better than Ben Simmons, man. Ben ought to be ashamed of himself, man. I know I'm kind of double talking, but I wanted to see Ben do well, but like I don't even know what to really even say over here. So they gave Nick Claxton. Let me see if I can refresh this page. This thing is frozen over here. Hold on. Okay. And so they give Ben Simmons a C+ over here. Simmons was not as aggressive looking for his own shot as he has been over the past few games, but he did what he normally does in terms of passing the ball and keeping Brooklyn playing at a fast pace. Surprisingly, Simmons did not do anything in the rebound department, something Coach Fernandez has been asking him to do more. Yeah, I just went over that. Keon Johnson, a B+, right? Yeah, he's actually pretty decent. I'm going to do another, series on him, I guess. Another, maybe there's some, because I was kind of like getting on him, but no, maybe there's some promise in Keon Johnson, though, if he can actually work on his game in the offseason. He should be better at this point, though, man. So, Cam Johnson gets a B-, right? And Noah Clowney, B+. Yeah, he actually really looked good. Now, I don't, if Nick Claxton, somebody got to answer me this over here, man. If Nick Claxton and Noah Clowney, right, are the same weight, why, why not just start Clowney and put Nick Claxton to the bench, man? If Jordi Fernandez really, really, truly wants to win, spacing is really, really critical in terms of basketball, man. You need it. You really, really do need it right there, man. And then you get Jalen Wilson a D+. I mean, Noah Clowney still gives you the same type of defense, right? That Nick Claxton actually does give you. He can space the floor out. Now, there's more layers to his game that he actually has to really add. And let's see, Day'Ron Sharpe, man. What do you guys actually think about Day'Ron Sharpe tonight, man? Day'Ron Sharpe is like, The matchup against Bam Adebayo. Yeah, I mean he picked up uh, um some quick fouls, and he just, I don't know, his defense was really really bad, man. I mean he was like trying to force Bam right. He's forcing Bam left. Bam was still able to actually get to his right hand. Just totally really kind of dominated him. And then like I said, on the other end, right? I mean, he weighs more than Bam Adebayo. He's 265 pounds. And, one of my problems with Big Dayron there is that he doesn't use that 265 pounds to his advantage. Doesn't play with enough force. I mean, he's the biggest guy on the court, man. He should be getting to the free throw line at least, um, 7 or 8 times over there, man. And where's the 3-point shot that he's actually been working on? So, how much did he actually have today, man? Yeah, 6 points with a -10. He picked up yeah, it's just really, really not that good, man. I did the last stream was actually about him. Let me get the link in the description, man. Any of you guys want to come in? If not, I will call this. I think that's all I got on this show tonight. I don't know, man, if there's anything more. So anybody wants to come in. King Ribby says, so cute, the Knicks can't get him. Now, man, you guys got Jalen Brunson, man. Why the hell do you need Ben Simmons? You don't need Ben Simmons, man. I got Jalen Brunson right there, man. I mean, that would kind of, I don't know if that would put the Knicks over the top or anything like that, man. That they would get Ben Simmons as a backup. Oh, man. That's just not fair right there, man. Because he's not asked to do that much, though. So let's see. Yeah, this is just a quick thing. Shake Milton, yeah, Tyrese Martin. We can get into Tyrese Martin too. He had his best game going off since the Phoenix Suns. He needs to be more consistent, man. Tyrese Martin over here, man. It says Martin's main impact is on the offensive end. It's from the 3-point line. If he gets that going, he could be a problem, as the Suns find out. Martin did a good job of rebounding, and it was pleasant to see him shooting the ball as well as he did. So the last time he actually really had a good game was a while back, it was the Phoenix Suns game, So you're looking in terms of this rebuild. Oh yeah, I wanted to get into this whole rebuild thing, man. So you're looking at some of these players, right? Tyrese Martin. I mean, you got players. I would say like A players, B players, and C players. So Tyrese Martin is a C player, man. So once every 6 or 7 games, he will actually give you something. So he needs to just be way more consistent, man. Just way more consistent. We need to see more of this, at least at this 10 games, maybe 4 out of 10 games, 5 out of 10 games. I would say he's definitely a keeper right there, man. And he's shown some other stuff, like putting the ball on the floor. I mean, he was looking to lay the ball up in traffic, which against Bam too. I was like, all right, not bad. So a lot of this stuff is confidence, and hopefully Jordi Fernandez can give that to him if they make mistakes. Jordi doesn't yell at them, and because once you start doing stuff like that, yelling at the player, they make every single little mistake. I mean, it can affect the player in terms of being able, overthinking the game. You want these guys to play instinctually, so one more thing before I wrap this whole thing up over here, man, if nobody else comes in, is that if you tanking pretty much, you could get rid of every single player on this team in terms of the veterans. And I hear so much about this. You get rid of the veterans, then you get a 1 through 3 pick. That's one player. Plus, you got a whole bunch of other guys on there that's not really that good. And, you can go 3 or 4 years, 5 years before you can even get another decent player to actually pair along with the Dylan Harper, man. I mean, you need some veterans on here, man. You definitely do need some vets that actually knows how to play. But like I said, if you look at the Spurs, you look at the Wizards, you look at the Detroit Pistons, these guys has been bad for years and years and years. It's really not that easy to actually really build, a team, just construct a roster, especially with 20-something other teams, in the league over there, man. All right. So I am going to wrap this up over here, man. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got right there, man. Um, and definitely share the stream. When you share the stream, when you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.